Hi guys, today's video is going to be my top 10 autumn lip colours, and I meant to do this a couple of weeks ago and I'm glad that I put it off because I've actually switched out some ones that I was going to show you, and I've got some lip liners to share as well. So I'm going to just start with what I'm wearing right now. I was going to do it in order, I was going to do it in an order, but I realised that I'm already wearing one of them, and this is the Essence lip liner. Here we go. It's this Essence lip liner in Plumcake, which looks like this, and I'm wearing on top of this the MAC lipstick in Plumful. So we can ignore these swatches that I can't get off my hand. That's the two of them together there. Plumcake from Essence is quite browny, and this is kind of a sheer, what is this actually? It's a luster. So on its own, I feel like this doesn't really give enough impact for me to want to wear it. It is kind of sheer, whereas over the top of a lip liner, it's obviously going to take on some tones from that lip liner because it is a luster, and so if you wear it with something a bit more pink, it's going to look a bit more pink, which is why I wanted to show you the swatch of it on its own, whereas over the top of this is my favourite combination. So from now, these will be in the order of kind of palest to darkest, or nudist to berriest. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in Pillow Talk, and I'm showing this on its own, and then I'm going to add MAC Faux. I actually used to wear this over the top of Essence Plumcake a lot, but I found the Charlotte Tilbury one is a really, really nice match. It doesn't really alter the colour of the lipstick, and I love the colour of this lipstick. So I have different options depending on the liner that I use underneath, but this is my favourite combination at the moment, and this is definitely my favourite MAC lipstick. This is the MAC Lip Tensity in Dough, and it's more yellow than I normally would go for, and again, it definitely can pull more brown depending on what lip liner I wear underneath, but I wanted to show you it by itself because it's such a saturated colour. I know they do this in different colours, but I don't know whether or not this is a temporary range or a permanent one, but this is absolutely amazing, and I would buy more of them purely because not only is this such an opaque colour, but it also lasts amazingly well. It's got kind of like, it's not sticky, but it's got something that feels almost sticky in that it kind of really, really adheres to the lips, and I find that it's not uncomfortable at all during a work day, but at the end of the day it's still completely intact, which is amazing, even eating and drinking and everything. And you wouldn't imagine that because it never sets, it never feels dry, it's not anything like that, and I don't even know whether or not it's heralded as a long wear lipstick, but it really is for me. New Velvet Kiss from Collection in Caramel 2. I think they used to have this. It was just like a nude colour. I don't know if it was called Caramel. I feel like maybe it was called Caramel. And they had this when it was just called, was it called Soft Matte Lip Cream or something like that? And they had Candy Floss and all those different ones. Well, I picked up all of the kind of seasonally appropriate ones recently, and I really, really like this. And weirdly, I don't think it's a new shade. Very, very comfortable, just the same as they've always been. Very, very similar to the NYX lip creams as well. They've got that kind of silicone-y texture that never 100% dries, but it's not entirely forgiving if you've got dry lips like I have right now. It doesn't look the absolute best, so it's still good to prep with a lip scrub and a balm, but these are more comfortable lip creams or matte lips than maybe a lot of ones that you've tried. So I would give these a go. They're very, very inexpensive as well, and I really like the colour. So back to the lip liners, and this one is from H&M and it's called Chalk Therapy. Another one that I use a lot. This is probably, this one and the Essence one. The Charlotte Tilbury one is kind of one that I threw to the side thinking I wasn't all that keen on it and it didn't do that much, and then I've kind of reintroduced recently because I really like it with MAC Faux. But those two, the H&M one and the Essence one, have been my most used for sure, and this one works with so many different nudes to bring them down to kind of a slightly more, a deeper autumnal colour. I really, really like this, and this I'm going to put underneath, or I'm going to put something on top of this, which you've seen in recent Get Ready With Me. Brunette Ambition from H&M. This is pretty much a perfect match for the Chalk Therapy. It's exactly the same colour, only in a lipstick, so they go together perfectly, and I wear them together quite often. But the Chalk Therapy lip liner does get more action on its own or with other colours. Hands up who saw this one coming. Pink Truffle Lip Butter from Revlon. This is probably one of my all-time favourite lipsticks, and I dug it out again recently. In every current favourites that I've filmed in the past 2 months, maybe 2 or 3, I have finished filming, come to edit and gone, oh, the whole reason I wanted to make this video was to show this lipstick, but it's always in my handbag so I never remember. It's just such a beautiful colour. I love the consistency. It's got a really nice gloss to it under normal circumstances. I'm not a gloss fan. I do have one to show you in this video for those of you that are big fans, but this is the only kind of gloss that normally I would wear, and I just can't get enough of it. I love love, love this lipstick. And I don't want to say that this is the only one I would choose, but this might be my favourite of the bunch. Another oldie but a goodie is the Rouge Edition Velvet from Bourjois. Now, I'm not sure whether they still do this colour. I have another one somewhere called Happy Nude Year, and I was trying to find that, and it's almost identical to this one, so I just showed you this one instead, and this is Nudeist. If you can only find one or the other, I don't think it makes a tremendous amount of difference, but these are, again, one of those silicone-y, more comfortable matte liquid lipsticks, but this is nicer than the collection one. This is more forgiving, and it doesn't matter quite so much if your lips aren't prepped. It is more silicone-y, so it kind of just glides over and it just looks a little bit nicer. It just sets a little bit more, but it's not as drying as I find the collection one to be. However, I really like that colour, and they've brought out a ton of nice new autumnal shades in the collection Velvet, so I wanted to include that, but this is my favourite of the two. We're entering a more berry tone territory now with this colour drama pencil. It's called Intense Velvet Lip Pencil from Maybelline, and the colour is Keep It Classy, which is just, someone saw this, thought burgundy, keep it classy. Surely that's where it came from. But you know, also quite a classy kind of chic lip colour as well. I really, really like this one, and I like this formula, this particular colour. They're not all the same. They are very, very different. I like the In With Coral, but that's very different to this. It's not as creamy as this. This is more like a satin lipstick in texture, whereas that one's more like a very, very matte lipstick. Some of them are quite grainy. I wouldn't recommend the whole range, but this particular one, not only for the colour because I feel like it's quite autumnal, but also because the texture and the formula of the actual product is 1,000 times better than some of the ones. There's a nude one that I really, really don't like, but this is really, really nice. So if you're going to pick up one, keep it classy, because it's just better all round. You guys know that I'm a big fan of the Revlon matte balms, and this is one of the newer ones, I think, that came out last year. It's called Fiery. They brought out kind of a dark nude, which was going to be in this, but I swapped it for something else. There can only be 10. A dark nude, like a brownish kind of red colour, and then this, which was a bit more bold and a bit more berry. It's much more red than it actually looks in the tube now I look at it, but I still really like it for this time of year. I'm going to get to reds next month, don't worry. I still feel like it's more on the autumnal rather than winter side of things, and it's very, very comfortable to wear. These apparently do divide people, because my friend Emma, it's M Channel on YouTube, hates these, really, really dislikes them, finds them really uncomfortable to wear, and thinks that they're not forgiving at all. For me, these are amazing. These are some of my favourite lip products. Really easy to apply. I like that they're a crayon. I get quite a precise line. You can kind of sharpen them if you use like a tissue or something and sharpen them up. You can't really use a pencil sharpener, but if they go blunt, you can do that. And just generally I find them to be really, really nice products, but I know that they're not for everyone. So that's just something to note, that although I love this, I know that this is one of those hit and miss products. And I don't think that it's necessarily dependent on which one you get, because these are almost all great. There are probably a couple of the very, very pale ones that aren't so great, but most of the bold colours are the same kind of formula. So if you like one, you'll like all of them. Whereas like with these ones, it's hit and miss. These, I feel like if you don't like them, just don't buy anymore. But I wanted to mention that because I know that people that don't like them really don't like them, but I'm a big fan and I would recommend this one. My last pick is a gloss, but I want to put it on over the top of a lip liner. So I've chosen this one, another Essence lip liner in A Girl's Dream number 6. These are the long-lasting lip liners from Essence, the twisted up ones, not the pencil ones, the ones that need sharpening, a proper pencil style. I don't like those ones. These are fantastic. They're kind of almost matte lipstick in texture, and they are really, really long-lasting. So just to make sure that you get the right ones, these twist up ones, not the other ones. I tried to film this already and I got it all over, like with my hair, got on my lips, and I think I've got more lipstick on my teeth. Anyway, it's really, really sticky, this one. This is the Revlon Ultra HD lip gloss. If I was gonna wear a lip gloss, this would be it, because it's really, really opaque. This is it on my hand there. But I do like to wear it over the top of a lip liner because I like a slightly more crisp line. I'm so paranoid about getting this all over my teeth now, because it looked like I was some kind of vampire. But this, I think it's called Carnelia, teeny tiny writing on the back, on the bottom. I think that's the name of it. It's a really, really long lasting lip gloss if you're into that, and a really obviously nice autumnal colour. But that is it. They are my top 10 picks. for autumn lip colours. Like I say, I'm going to be back in December. In between, I'm going to have other videos, but I'm going to be back in December with my top 10 reds for the festive season. I'm really trying to put that off. I'm trying to extend autumn as long as possible. Although I feel like I did that last year and then I never quite got into the Christmas spirit. So maybe I'll allow it to happen. But I'm really trying to put off like Christmas music, Christmas films, everything. And they are everywhere now. So expect me to start just bringing in the festive a little bit at a time, but I'll be back in December with more lipsticks. I hope you enjoyed this. I will leave a link to a blog post or whatever I'm going to do with a list of everything that I've shown you below, and I will see you guys next time.